Hello YouTube, Dave here again. I just wanted to provide a quick update to the January live stream game that I had made an announcement for a few weeks back. So first of all, I want to thank everybody that's expressed an interest in watching the live stream, if not participating in it. I understand, people's hesitance to join sort of like the live stream broadcast game, especially since people may not be used to or comfortable with the idea of them being on the internet or on YouTube or type of thing like that. So I totally understand that. I did get a few submissions, and it's absolutely fantastic. And a series of events that have occurred that allow me to actually reward everyone who did offer to enter the game. So basically what ended up happening is I initially extended the invitation to a fellow YouTuber by the name of Megas. And he's someone that's been a big supporter of my channel for quite some time. Seems like a really cool guy. Mostly does video game stuff, so I don't think he's done too many RPG related videos on this channel, but he is a pretty cool guy. I've had quite a few conversations with him. Just a very nice, down-to-earth kind of guy, so I really appreciate that. And again, he's always had nothing but great things to say about my channel for reasons I'll never fully understand, but I do appreciate it. I gave him the opportunity to invite a couple of his friends, just where he and I had talked about trying to get together and do some sort of gaming session for quite some time now. Almost, well, I'd say over a year, maybe even a year and a half at this point. So I gave him that opportunity. He did extend the invitation to a couple of his friends. However, they weren't able to actually commit to the date and time, or even what's going to end up being the new date and time, which I'll get to in a moment. So gave him a couple of extra days to just touch base with those individuals, see if they're able to give a response as to whether or not they're going to be able to make it. And unfortunately, there's no definite response back. So what I'm going to do is, instead of having just the one spot that needs to be filled, I'm going to open up the other 3 spots to the individuals that did express an interest in joining the campaign, or adventure. So those individuals are, and I've already sent notification to them either through private message or through responding to their entry comment. So it also looks like their YouTube profile names may possibly be their proper first and last names. So I'm not going to give out the full names where they've already all been contacted, and 2 of the 3 actually did already respond to me. But the individuals that are going to be joining the game are Brian. And his entry was a Mountain Dwarf Fighter Eldritch Knight, which should be interesting. Nicholas, who let's have a look here. Nicholas, who said that he wanted to play a Gnome Wizard, and he's actually responded back as well, so he already knows everything that's going on. So we got a Gnome Wizard and a Mountain Dwarf Fighter Eldritch Knight, which is pretty cool. And the third individual goes by the first name of Dean. So he responded saying that he would play either a half-elf fighter with the champion archetype or a paladin with the Oath of the Ancients. So I responded to your comment, Dean, if you're watching. In case you didn't get the notification, I know that my notifications for responses or comments or things like that haven't been the most reliable over the last couple of weeks. I seem to be missing quite a few of them. So if you are watching this, I did respond to your comment, so if you can just kind of read that through and just get back to me, then we can kind of move forward. As far as when the game's going to be run, the date that I had mentioned in the previous video was going to be January the 7th, which at the time of this recording is just a couple of days away. It's technically Thursday that I'm recording this video, but just based off of upload times and things of that nature, it's probably not going to be available for viewing until Friday, which would be the 6th. So the 7th was going to be the day I was going to run it. I did change those plans because I do plan on being out of town for most of the day on the 7th. And the reason for that is, and as I mentioned in some of my previous videos leading up to this one, I came down with a pretty bad cold over the Christmas holiday break, going past actually in through New Year Day as well. So just really bad congestion. I had a lot of difficulty sleeping at night, sore throat, cough, just not great stuff. So when it came time to visit family and stuff like that, there were some individuals that I didn't get a chance to visit because I didn't want to get them sick. So we're actually going to take advantage of the opportunity this upcoming weekend, so on the 7th, to go visit those individuals, and I'm really looking forward to that. So unfortunately, by the time we got back, I just wouldn't have the energy in me to end up running the game. So I contacted Megas, and he was totally fine with pushing it back a week. So the new date is going to be January the 14th. So that's a Saturday. The time is still going to be 8 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 9 p.m. where I am in the Atlantic Time Zone. I figure that 8 p.m. Eastern is probably a pretty decent time that should work for everybody involved. So definitely looking forward to that. As for the individuals that are going to be participating, I'm going to be having a off-air or non-broadcast character generating session, just where we can all get together, make our characters, and I'll probably introduce the basic role-playing situation that's going to occur at the beginning of the adventure, to kind of set the stage, let them know what's going on, so that when the live stream does occur, we can kind of just get into it with a brief recap. Now, there's going to be role-playing opportunities in the adventure itself, but a lot of the kind of the background or expositional stuff that the players need to know, something that can probably be recapped at the beginning of the session, but it's something that I'll go kind of through with them in a little bit more detail on the 8th. So Sunday, January 8th. Will be that character generation session. The only other thing that I kind of wanted to mention is how I plan to run the adventure. It's going to be a one-shot, so it's not really meant to be a campaign. It's not meant to be like a long series of adventures. There's going to be possibly the opportunity to do something beyond that one adventure, but I want to keep things flowing for the sake of making it easier to view. I've seen other videos done where people have been playing, like live stream, well, maybe not live stream, but just recorded game sessions. And a lot of them tend to, which most real game sessions will do, get bogged down by rules questions and how, a certain thing may work, or certain arguments on, how certain abilities should be able to be used. So for the purpose of this live stream, for the purpose of trying to make the adventure as entertaining as possible and to prevent as much of the kind of the slog of flipping through books, pausing, reading stuff, and just having dead air, I'm going to be, if anything does come up, I'll be basically making rule decisions on the spot. Now, they're going to be based off my understanding of the intent of the rules and how I want to run the session. So I'm not going to be cruel or anything, but I just want to be decisive and have almost an immediate response. Just that way, it's not going to take up, like a 15-minute period where I'm flipping through books, reading, how they word things, and then trying to come up to a decision that way. That's not how I would normally run a campaign. But again, I have to take into account that this thing has to be watchable for the people that have expressed interest in watching the adventure unfold. So anyway, I just wanted to throw that all out there, and I'm really looking forward to doing this. It's going to be kind of interesting, kind of different, something I've never really done before. I've run games online before, but this will be the first time actually having an audience. And actually, sorry, one last thing to go with that. I don't want to be distracted from the adventure. So I know with live streams there tends to be the ability to comment as the video or as the live stream progresses. I'm not going to have my YouTube page displayed on my laptop while I'm running. So I do apologize. I won't be responding to any of the comments that are put on during the live stream. I'm not going to disable them in case people want to, if they're watching, kind of chat amongst themselves. Hopefully they're not saying too many horrible things about the way I run games. But I'm not going to be able to respond to them personally. I'm hoping that they'll save as comments when the video processes and uploads to the point where you can view it normally after the fact. So if they're on there, once that's all said and done, then I will definitely respond to the comments as best as I can. But I just want to let you guys know that when I'm running the game, my focus is going to be on running the game, and I won't be able to look at or respond to any of those questions or comments that may come up. So I do apologize for that. Another thing that I discovered during the live stream that I did with the panel discussion on video games and RPGs that I guess moderated or was part of, It seems that when you do a live stream, the DVR function on YouTube only seems to hold about 2 hours worth of material. It does upload the full video in its entirety after the fact, but it has to go through a processing period. So what I think I'm going to end up doing is making the video private as soon as we're done, just until it goes through that processing, because I don't want somebody to come in, just click on it hoping to see the beginning of the adventure and come in halfway through or 3/4 of the way through and have events kind of spoiled for them. So this is just another thing to keep in mind. I don't know how long it would take to process. I'm expecting the session to go about 3 hours. Could be a little bit less, could be a little bit more, depending on how quickly things go. And but it's going to be designed that it can be played through in a single evening. So anyway, I don't want to prattle on too much longer. Again, I just wanted to kind of get that update, let the individuals know that have the opportunity to join the game. What's going on. And again, Dean, if you are watching this, please just get back to me so that we can go forward. Again, if someone's not able to join from those 3 that I've selected, then I'll have an NPC ready just to fill any potential void. So anyway, again, thank you all for your wonderful comments when I had made the announcement of what was going on. It's great to know that so many people are actually interested in watching the session. I'm hoping it goes well, and again, I hope you all enjoy, and thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.